to share
Yeah.
that Tina's looking for, whatever she's looking for.
Yeah, I'm back now, and I agree wholeheartedly. Like Megan is just being Megan. She's being herself, and she's not letting she's not there's no shackles on her feet. Like she's truly free, and freedom looks good on her. Um, and she doesn't have to. I mean, even when she was in the royal family, she still tried to be herself, but obviously they wanted her to be less than herself, and she tried to comply with that. I'm glad that she's just like, look, I am Megan, and I'm going to be Megan. Obviously, I will respect myself, and she's always respected herself. And I love it. I love the fact that she's always respected herself regardless of whether she was a royal or not. At the end of the day, you know, she looks amazing, and I'm just really happy to see like the camaraderie and the support that these athletes are getting. Yesterday I was reading how like in the volleyball team, um Team Ukraine did not have enough people to play the game. So some people from, I think, the British team and the US team joined on. I mean, they're going to be competing against each other, you know what I mean? But they joined on to, because it's not necessarily about winning medals. Yeah, the medals are great, but these adaptive sports is to help you kind of heal through your wounds, but both mentally and physically, and to kind of feel a sense of accomplishment that you can still do the things that you could do before you either lost your arm, your foot, or like, you know, because it's not, and this is not just like, these games is not just about people who are physically injured, it's also about people who are mentally injured. And I can't say enough. Oh, okay. But can you guys hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, because Beverly says she can't hear anybody.
Yeah, someone advised her to maybe refresh. So,
Okay. Yeah, and so like, you know, these games, and we need to kind of be focused on that. Like the premise around these games is not just on physical injuries, about mental injury, and it's also about community and about family, right? And that's why we saw images like with like these where Harry and Meghan, the kids are part of it. Like you don't see that at the Olympics, right? You don't see the kids being a part of, they have their own little Invictus stuff, and these are fun. It's a family thing, and and it's, I think it's important for us to kind of highlight that, and to
yeah.
also show that this, like, this is bigger than just like winning medals. It's about recovery. It's about these people who, a lot of them, their friends have paid the ultimate sacrifice for their own country. I mean, look at Team Ukraine. They had lost four of their very own, even in this current war going on in the recent weeks, you know? And I just want to say, like, it's important for us to like make sure we remember that, because I think a lot of times, you know, like we kind of get in too deep, and rightfully so, about some of the injustices that's happened to Harry and Meghan. But when you look at these types of things, the best thing that could have happened to Harry and Meghan, and I'm going to say this and say it over and over and over and over again, the best thing, as painful as it is to know and to see and to hear and to bear, is the best thing that could have happened to them is what happened to them. And I know that there's a lot of pain behind that, but to be honest with you, Harry and Meghan needed to thrive. This event needed to show up and show out, and they needed to come off from underneath the royal family. And I don't know how to really explain that, but they needed to come off from the royal family. And yes, the racists gave the world a gift. And like, the racists gave the world a gift, because by not accepting Meghan, by treating Meghan the way they did, by pushing Harry out because he's married to a black woman, we get to see this full. I mean, it's not that we didn't see it in the Invictus in Toronto or Australia. It's not that, but there's a different feeling to this. First of all, because of the COVID restrictions, right? And having to be delayed for 2 years, but also because in that 2 years, a lot has happened to the patron of the founder of the Invictus Games, right? A lot has happened that's helped them grow as a person. and to show his true character. He's always shown his character, but he's able to speak his truth. He's able to show the world that he's going to protect his family. And Invictus Games is about family, is about a community, is about speaking your truth, is about owning yourself. And Harry is a living embodiment in everything that he has said and that he has done.
Can I share a quote that someone in the comments section said, a commenter named Marshar, one soldier doesn't leave another on the battlefield alone. And that,
Exactly. Yeah.
when you were talking about the others chipping in, but I think that's such an important ethos. And it's, you know, you don't, when you see someone who needs help, you help them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's who
Mm-hmm.
Harry is. That's who Meghan is. And I actually think you're going to find other competitive sporting events like this are going to start thinking about adopting some of this, like how you have to provide for the families, because the families are the ones that these athletes could not make it here without them, like literally
Mm-hmm.
without their support. And so the fact that the Invictus Games allows you to bring two family members, that they provide not only accommodations for them, but things for them to do, you know, is,
Mm-hmm.
to me, that's so forward thinking. And what you said about them needing to leave, the royal family, I was in a spaces last night. So if you were in there and you heard this, I apologize for repeating it. And, I came to the same conclusion that you did, Tina. And I would never want Harry and Meghan to have gone through what they went through, especially knowing this woman was pregnant and suicidal. But the truth of the matter is, when these last 2, 3 days, watching Invictus, watching what it's become, how so many countries are involved supporting their athletes, the attention that it's getting, I, forgive me for saying this, I hope you don't revoke my Scotty papers. I, I could see things from William and Kate's point of view. Okay, not saying that their jealousy, small-mindedness, racism, any of that was justified. But you look at Harry and Meghan, like, you can't compete with that. Even if you don't verbalize that, that. You look at them, the charisma, the energy, the passion that they have. Not only can you not compete with it, you don't want to. Like, you don't want to have to do what you would have to do to even be on the same playing field with them. So what is the option? They got to go. You're not going anywhere. You're the heir. Okay.